Jawan Taylor, the right tackle for the Chiefs, is starting training camp on the PUP, the physically unable to perform list. Andy Reid did hint that Jawan should not be on there for too long and that he'd be close to coming off the pup. Jawan is dealing with a knee injury. And right now, they need someone else to fill in that right tackle. They're going with Jalen Moore. And I'm not surprised by that. I don't think anyone should be. They signed Jalen Moore to a fairly nice contract this past offseason. So I think it makes sense to put Jalen Moore out there at right tackle to start things off with while Jawan Taylor is on PUP. And there were a lot of people who, listen, again, you never want to see any player injured. No one ever wants to see that. But I don't think you're seeing a lot of Chiefs fans sweat the fact that Taylor is on the pup right now. And when you look at the fact that Taylor is unavailable and they put Jalen Moore out there, a lot of people were excited about that in Kansas City. A lot of Chiefs fans felt good about that. And I saw some people say that that would be their ideal week one lineup, to have Josh Simmons at left tackle and Jalen Moore at right tackle. I will say this right now, because the expectation is Jawan Taylor is not expected to be on the PUP for too long. So once Jawan Taylor comes back, he'll be in there taking the starting reins at right tackle. But if he struggles in the first couple of weeks of the regular season, maybe even in the preseason, if you see some serious struggles from Jawan Taylor, because we know his pass blocking has been inconsistent. The one big thing that gets talked about a lot with Jawan Taylor is the penalties. I mean, listen, the Chiefs don't have a lot of time to give guys chances on this offensive line. We saw what happened in Super Bowl 55. You had a lot of offensive linemen injured. Patrick Mahomes was playing with a backup crew in Super Bowl 55. Brett Veach revamped that entire offensive line. 5 new offensive linemen that offseason going into 2021. Now, you don't have the same kind of process this offseason, fortunately. You have some guys that you can rely on in Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith, 2 guys who have new contracts. You have Kingsley Suamataia playing left guard, and there's some optimism that he can be a better left guard than he was a left tackle. Josh Simmons has a lot of hype coming into the NFL, and if it wasn't for his injury, the thought process is that he would have been drafted a lot sooner. The right tackle position is the one that everyone just talks about the most. I've said for a long time, if Jawan Taylor is the weak link on your offensive line, well, I think Patrick Mahomes can manage with that. If the right tackle position, your non-blindside spot, if that's the weak link on the offensive line, that's manageable. Especially if you're Patrick Mahomes, who's, let's be honest, he has done a good job of covering up for some of the flaws at offensive tackle, not just this past year, but over the years. When it was Orlando Brown, Andrew Wiley. I mean, the Chiefs have had a lot of issues at offensive tackle over the last few years, ever since they cut Eric Fisher after the 2020 season, Fisher and Schwartz. I'll say this right now, because if I had to bet on this, I think the Chiefs do start Josh Simmons at left tackle and Jawan Taylor at right tackle when the Chiefs go play the Chargers in Brazil on September the 5th. But if Jawan Taylor shows that he's struggling, I mean, I don't know. When do you pull the plug and put Jalen Moore in there? Because right now, Jalen Moore is getting those right tackle reps, which is huge, because I think the way the Chiefs are viewing this right now, they want Josh Simmons to stay at left tackle. I know he had some experience playing right tackle in college, not good experience. He was a far better left tackle than he was a right tackle. So if you have Jalen Moore, and if he's getting these repetitions right now in training camp, well, the good news is whenever the time comes to pull the plug on Jawan Taylor, if need be, you can slide in Jalen Moore and have some level of comfort knowing that he's spent some time at that position, so he knows what's expected, specifically on the right side than the left side. I'll say this right now. I'm not expecting a lot of improvement from Jawan Taylor. Hopefully he plays great. I mean, the guy's getting paid a lot of money, so he should play well. But we know that doesn't always translate. Whatever the amount of money you're making does not always translate to success on the field. But if Jawan Taylor has his issues, can't show improvement, Yeah, Kansas City's going to have Jalen Moore ready on the sidelines, and they'll put him in there. Jawan Taylor is on a short leash this year, 100%. And the Chiefs, they won't think twice because if Patrick Mahomes is dealing with pressure, I mean they'll make that change very quickly, 100%. Jalen Moore is on speed dial if the Chiefs need to put him in there at right tackle.